Once upon a time, high up in the vast, endless sky, there lived a little cloud named Fluff. Fluff wasn't like the other clouds. While they rushed about, forming mighty storms or racing with the wind, Fluff was always sleepy. He loved to drift lazily, his soft white edges curling like a cozy blanket. Why hurry? Fluff would yawn, his voice a gentle whisper in the breeze. The world below is so busy. Up here, everything is peaceful. One starry evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Fluff gazed down at the earth. He saw twinkling lights from distant cities, rolling hills covered in emerald forests, and sparkling rivers winding like silver threads. "I've floated in the same spot for so long," Fluff murmured to himself. "What if I went on a journey? A sleepy journey where I could explore without rushing, just drifting from one wonder to the next." But Fluff was a bit timid. He worried about getting lost or bumping into grumpy thunderclouds. Still, the pull of adventure tugged at his fluffy heart. As the moon rose, full and glowing like a pearl, Fluff made up his mind. "Tonight," he declared softly, "my journey begins." With a deep, sleepy sigh, he let the gentle night wind carry him away from his familiar patch of sky. The first drift. Over the whispering forest, Fluff floated eastward, where the land below transformed into a vast whispering forest. The trees stood tall, their leaves rustling like secrets being shared. Owls hooted softly, and fireflies danced like tiny stars fallen to earth. Fluff descended a little closer, his edges brushing the treetops. "Hello, forest friends," he called out in his drowsy voice. Ooh! From the branches, a wise old owl named Hoot blinked up at him. "Who goes there?" Hoot asked, his feathers ruffled. "I'm Fluff the sleepy cloud," Fluff replied. "I'm on a journey to see the world, but slowly, so I can nap along the way." Hoot chuckled. "A journey, eh? Well, in this forest, time moves like molasses. Stay a while and listen to the stories the wind tells through the leaves." Fluff hovered lower, letting the cool forest air wrap around him. He heard the rustle of deer tiptoeing through the underbrush, the soft patter of raindrops from his own misty form, and the distant call of a nightingale singing a lullaby. "This is perfect," Fluff sighed, his shape relaxing into a puffier, dreamier form. He imagined himself as part of the forest, a giant, floating pillow where animals could rest. As he drifted on, Fluff noticed a family of squirrels gathering acorns under the moonlight. "Look up," one squirrel chattered. "A cloud is visiting." Fluff smiled and sprinkled a light mist, making the leaves glisten like diamonds. The squirrels thanked him with tiny waves, and Fluff felt a warm glow inside, even though he was getting sleepier by the minute. Crossing the sparkling river, the forest gave way to a wide, sparkling river that twisted and turned like a ribbon of liquid starlight. Fluff glided over it, his reflection shimmering on the water's surface. Fish leaped up, splashing playfully, and frogs croaked in rhythm, as if composing a symphony for his arrival. "Oh, how refreshing!" Fluff yawned, dipping low enough to skim the water. Tiny droplets clung to his edges, making him sparkle. Along the riverbank, a group of otters slid down muddy slopes, laughing and tumbling. "Join us, cloudy friend," one otter called, waving a paw. Fluff chuckled softly. "I'm too sleepy for sliding, but I'll watch and share some mist to make your slides even slipperier." He released a gentle fog, turning the riverbank into a misty playground. The otters whooped with joy, their fur glistening as they played. Deeper along the river, Fluff encountered a lone heron standing still, its long legs in the shallow water. "What brings you here, wanderer?" the heron asked in a calm, echoing voice. "I'm on a journey," Fluff explained, "to find new places to dream." The hero nodded wisely. The river teaches patience. It flows without haste, carrying stories from mountains to seas. Rest here and let it carry your worries away. Fluff paused, hovering above a quiet bend in the river. He watched fireflies reflect in the water, creating a mirror of the stars above. His eyes, imaginary ones of course, grew heavy, and he let out a long, contented sigh. The river's gentle murmur lulled him into a brief nap, dreaming of floating forever on its currents, ascending the misty mountains. As dawn began to break, painting the sky in soft pastels, Fluff felt the wind shift, lifting him higher towards the misty mountains. These peaks rose like ancient guardians, their snow-capped tops piercing the clouds. Fluff climbed slowly, his form puffing out as the air grew cooler and thinner. "Wow," Fluff whispered, awestruck. Eagles soared nearby, their wings cutting through the mist. One eagle named Soar circled him curiously. "A fellow sky traveler. Where are you headed, little cloud?" Soar asked. "I'm Fluff, on a sleepy journey," he replied. "No destination, just wandering," Soar laughed, a sharp cry echoing off the rocks. "The mountains are full of secrets, hidden caves, crystal lakes, and echoes that tell tales of old." Fluff drifted into a valley between two peaks, where a hidden lake lay like a sapphire jewel. Mountain goats leaped from rock to rock, their bells tinkling softly. "Hello up there," a goat bleated. Fluff sprinkled, a light snow, gentle flakes from his chilly edges, making the goats' coats fluffy and warm. In the heart of the mountains, Fluff found a cave glowing with bioluminescent fungi. Inside, bats hung upside down, whispering dreams to each other. "Stay and rest," a bat squeaked. "The cave is cozy like a blanket of darkness." Fluff hovered at the entrance, letting the cool air soothe him. He imagined curling up inside, but the journey called him onward. As he ascended higher, the air sparkled with frost. Fluff felt a tingle of excitement mixed with drowsiness. "These mountains make me feel so small, yet so free," he murmured. The sun peeked over the horizon, warming his edges and turning him golden. Soaring over the golden plains, descending from the mountains, Fluff entered the golden plains, a sea of waving grass under the morning sun. Wild horses galloped below, their manes flowing like rivers of silk. Butterflies fluttered around him, mistaking his mist for dew. "This is endless," Fluff sighed happily, stretching out wide. A herd of bison grazed peacefully, their deep grunts vibrating through the air. "Welcome, sky visitor," a wise bison rumbled. "The plains teach us to roam freely, without walls or worries." Fluff floated low, letting the grass tickle his underside. He spotted a prairie dog village, where little heads popped up curiously. "A cloud parade," one prairie dog yipped. Fluff laughed and created a soft rainbow by bending the sunlight through his mist, arching over the plains like a bridge to dreams. Further on, he encountered a lone fox trotting through the grass. "Where to, Fluffy one?" the fox asked slyly. "Just drifting," Fluff said. "Join me for a story." The fox shared tales of moonlit hunts and hidden burrows, while Fluff listened, his form relaxing into a hazy shape. As midday approached, the sun warmed the plains, making Fluff even sleepier. He napped briefly, dreaming of endless fields where clouds and animals danced together. The enchanted ocean shores. The wind carried Fluff westward to the enchanted ocean shores, where waves crashed like applause and seagulls cried overhead. The sand sparkled like crushed diamonds, and shells whispered secrets from the deep. "Oh, the sea!" Fluff exclaimed softly, hovering over the foam. Dolphins leaped from the water, clicking and whistling. "Play with us, cloud friend," a dolphin called. Fluff dipped low, his mist mingling with the spray. He created gentle waves of fog, turning the beach into a dreamy haze. Crabs scuttled sideways, waving claws in greeting. "You're like a floating island," one crab clicked. Along the shore, Fluff found a lighthouse standing tall, its beam cutting through the mist. An old turtle sunbathed nearby. "I've seen many journeys," the turtle said slowly. "The ocean reminds us that everything returns, waves, tides, even clouds like you." Fluff watched the sunset over the water, colors bleeding into the sea. He felt a deep peace, his sleepy nature perfectly matched to the rhythmic waves. "This is where dreams meet the horizon," he whispered. "The starlit desert dunes." Night fell as Fluff drifted to the starlit desert dunes, where sand whispered under the moon. Camels trudged in caravans, and cacti stood like silent sentinels. So quiet, so vast. Fluff yawned, his form glowing faintly. A scorpion scurried below. "Beware the heat," it warned. But Fluff was cool and misty. He encountered a nomad tribe around a campfire, sharing stories. "A wandering cloud," one nomad exclaimed. Fluff listened to tales of ancient stars and hidden oases, sprinkling dew to quench their thirst. In an oasis, palm trees swayed and frogs sang. Fluff rested by the pool, reflecting the stars. "The desert teaches endurance," a wise camel hummed. Fluff dreamed under the constellations, feeling connected to the universe. The return home. Through the Rainbow Valley. As dawn neared, Fluff felt homesick. The wind guided him back through the Rainbow Valley, where flowers bloomed in every color and waterfalls sang. Birds flocked around him. "You've seen so much," a sparrow chirped. Fluff shared his adventures, his voice drowsy but joyful. He passed familiar sights, the river, forest, feeling wiser and sleepier. Conclusion: a peaceful end. Finally, Fluff returned to his sky patch, curling into a cozy shape. "What a journey," he sighed. "But home is the best place to dream." As the stars twinkled, Fluff drifted off, ready for more adventures in his sleep. And so, dear listener, may your dreams be as gentle as Fluff's journey. Good night.